Hello again, my friends, and you are my friends, and welcome to your Talking Town match day preview. It is Wednesday. We are slightly later than, well, A, build, but B, normally, because obviously the World Cup is going on, and an interesting end to a group. We got yellow cards, is it coming down to? I've got no idea. Do let me know in the live chat what is going on, but we're here today to discuss the mad, the bad, the brilliant world of Ipswich Town Football Club. We've got Humphreys winning player of the month. We've got goal of the month. I'll show you a couple of those. Let me know what you think should be goal of the month. One area to strengthen in January. I'll ask our contributor. We've got an entrant to the movie list. 1 to 11 points for December. And of course, a jukebox entry. All joined hopefully by you wonderful people at home, getting involved in the live chat and via a live link if you should so wish. We've got the Stowmarket legend, AD Croucher. Welcome in, AD. Nick Muller's here. Good evening. Stephen's here. Love it. Lee Brown. Stephen Fuchs is here. Welcome in, Stephen. We've got a prediction league link incoming for you. Anthony Still, good evening. Hope you're well. John B. Looking forward to getting back to proper football. Fleetwood have only lost 2 away games this season, though, so could be a tough one. It's Fleetwood, John. I would still expect Town at home to come away with 3 points. And of course, we've got the ticket giveaway, the Cruncher ticket giveaway. There are 41 names in the list. Well, one winner to win 2 tickets. Sorry, I'll rephrase that. One winner will have both games, which is Fleetwood and Peterborough. Congratulations. That'd be a nice little one to win, wouldn't it? Kev Sherwood, evening all. Glad to be home from hospital. Hey, Kev, I hope you're doing better, man. Keep well. Can we get some love hearts in the chat for big bad Kev Sherwood, please? Matt Stannard wanting to get an equal booking as Dennis Whoever draws the shortest stick. They still do straws. Like literally, wow, okay. Ben Hobbs. Do people think I'll be able to get a ticket for linking away as a silver member, but not a season ticket holder? I'm sure the chat will come back to you. Before we go any further, hit the like button, hit subscribe, become a part of the Talking Town family by hitting the join button or heading to Ko-Fi. And I want to say a huge get well soon to Benny Moore, the legend that is Ben the Moore. Not too well at the moment, Ben. We're all thinking of you. We're all with you. Look after yourself. Right, links in the chat to the Ko-Fi. Are you ready to get this show on the road? No. I said, are you ready? Because it's only me and him. Lionel Von Rock, Alex Wilson.
You're not going to play amazing football every game.
Are you ready? You're on mute. You're not ready, Alex Wilson. There you go. Now you are. Welcome in, sir.
I don't know how many people got that reference, but yeah, I got it. So,
well, thankfully, when Triple H hands Shawn Michaels the microphone, it's not on. You know, he don't mute it before he starts. But are you the Heartbreak Kid or are you the game in this DX tag team?
I'm the game, mate. We know that.
You're the game. So I'm the Heartbreak Kid.
Yep.
Just a sexy boy. Sexy boy.
We all know the game with the better leader of DX anyway.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt, he was. Yeah, he was. But are you well, sir? It's been a while.
All good. Yeah, I'm good. Glad to be back. Just took some time out, getting to a new job settled. But yeah, I'm back.
And better than ever. Come on, we can break out the rest
tonight. You never know. We might break out something else later.
We've got 3 minutes. Don't worry. There's another one. That is an obscure one. No, that is an obscure one. That one. We could do it all night, but we're here, obviously, on the back of a great England win, a great England performance, expected as it was, because obviously Wales didn't have their best player. He was left back in Suffolk unexplicably. What are your thoughts on England? Obviously, those that perhaps didn't see the full-time show that is available on the platform still, do go and watch 25 minutes of pure loveliness. But what are your thoughts sat here on the Wednesday evening?
I thought we were impressive. I think a lot of me included thought it was maybe going to be a tougher game based on, the performance against the US. But I think Southgate maybe had that mentality of not losing the second game because a friend of mine in a chat that I'm in actually when we're all sort of going off the edge of a cliff after the USA game, sort of said, if you look back at like the Euros last year when we played Scotland in the second game, he did the exact same thing, and went out not to lose it. But credit to Wales for getting to where they did. But you can almost compare it to teams that play us this year. In the sense that we've got so much more quality than Wales have got. If we play our game, then eventually those gaps will start to appear. And I tell you what, I do find reassuring. And I'm not saying we're at the same level that England are, far from it, but you can see that McKenna is cut from that younger manager cloth that maybe Southgate is, because you do see, I think, the patterns, stuff that we do in what England do. You can sort of see it's about keeping the ball, recycling the ball. So yeah, it's all good for me.
Absolutely. How did Big Bad Kev Sherwood? Thank you ever so much, my friend. $8.99 donation. I really appreciate that. More love hearts in the chat for Kevy the Sherwood. Jude Bellingham. How did you see his performance last night? Only 23 years of age. Did you enjoy?
He's going to be a special player. He really is. I think a lot of that's good about what we do goes through him.
Yeah.
I think he's just got that free role. He played really well against Iran as well. Obviously, got his goal. I think he's a different type of player to what we've maybe had in the past.
Going to be special, right?
Yeah, I really think he's going to be special, and it wouldn't surprise me in the next few years if you see him taken out of Germany and going to possibly here, or to one of the big leagues. I think he's that good.
Stephen Perry says Billingham's 19. I thought he was, and then Wikipedia tells me he's 23, born June 29th, 2003. No, wait, that is 19. That is 19. He is 19. Don't know who I said was 23. Ignore me. I can't even fucking read tonight, apparently. There we go. $8.99 needed on those specs, it would seem, Alex, because I've just looked again and it does say literally age 19. So I don't know what the fuck I was talking about there. Ignore me. But where I was going was special talent to special talent. Mr. Cameron Humphreys, player of the month. Did you vote for him? If you did vote for him, why did you vote for him? Talk to me about how his month has been.
I didn't get around to voting, I must admit, but I think it's well deserved. I think we all knew that Cam was a talent. It was just a case of was he ready? But he's with us losing Evans and with Kamara not being ready, he stepped into a challenging position and he hasn't looked out of place yet. So for me, I think just on the trajectory that he's on, I think he's done really, really well. And I think if we always talk about grading players on a curve, don't we? I think if you look at his curve, then he doesn't look out of place in our first team.
No, not at the moment. He doesn't. Absolutely, yeah. He really looks at home in that area.
He would have thought to that he's played he's going to have played as many games as he has, But
well, no, because he's fourth choice effectively, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's just a thing to if someone said to me, we're gonna have more injuries in that area, Cam Humphreys going to need to step in. Now that I've sort of seen him consistent over more than one or two games, and he's got that run, then I wouldn't have any qualms about putting him in, because I think he's got that much quality, and I think having a player like a Sam Morsey beside him to sort of almost talk him through is a really positive thing. I think because you've also seen him playing further forward as one of the three, but I personally think he's better when he's a bit further back and there's that link between the defence and up top. I don't think you have to see the top best when he's right up top as one of the three, personally.
No, yeah, he sort of, from memory, played that more advanced role against Colchester, if memory serves me right.
Bracknell, I think, and then he went further. He started at that up against Bracknell, and then came further back in the second half.
Right. Yeah, and that's another game he's done that in. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. Actually, I think he's, as many would agree, looked the part. What I would say, obviously we had this with Wolfenden, and I said the same thing with Wolfie. And I'll say the same thing. With young players developing, it's a roller coaster. It's a real roller coaster of they could be really flying high, and then there'll be a dip in the form. And it's when the dip in the form comes, when the bad performances come, and they will come because they come for every single player. Players playing at this World Cup, players that are the greatest of all times. Look at Wolfie when he arguably had that little bit of a dip. He was out of the team. Is he going to be at the football club? All of these different things.
Yeah.
And he's worked his way back into it. So as fans, it's about enjoying the ride. It's about really just looking forward to what he brings to the table. And right now, he's playing with real confidence. He's got a great run of games coming up in December, which we'll come to obviously when we do our points for December, and maybe with it coming thick and fast, with it being Christmas in the way and that old traditional English soccer, English football. Do we have a winter period? Do we not? Maybe we see a little bit of fluctuations, but I'm really looking forward to seeing what he does with this extended game time, because the way we look after players, Alex, I do continuously believe that Evans might be, I don't know, let's say 2 weeks away, for an example, but full 90 minutes, maybe even 60 minutes, we're still looking probably New Year.
Yeah, I think so. But I think, because we spoke about sending Cam out on loan at the start of the year, and we said about keeping him here, and I think, and I know I talk about the management team a lot when I'm on, and I don't apologise for that in a sense. I think, and I go back to what James Norwood said about, players being overexposed and sort of having to do things when they weren't ready for. But I think we've got such a data-driven ethos now, if you like, that I think a young player like Cam, this is probably the best time for a young player like Cameron Humphreys to be at this football club. He's going to be so well looked after.
So, arguably the best coach we've had in a very long time. Mastanar says full-time Poland and Argentina are through. Thank you very much, Matt. Appreciate that. Little update there. Nick's worried we peak too soon. Very quickly, sort of 20 seconds or less. Any worries of that yourself?
No, I don't think so. I think, if you look back at last season's table, the fact that we won 18 games all of last year, we've already won 12.
True.
I think we've got enough. I think we've got more quality than we've ever had, and we've got a team that know how to use it.
Yes, I agree with that. Right, before we go to goal of the month, which is got a deadline until I think it's 11 a.m. tomorrow. It's 3 minutes the video, but we'll go through them. We'll discuss them as we go. But before we do have a prediction league that you can play in. It is free to enter. The link is now in the chat. It will be in the comments if you're watching on catch up. The fixtures that Matty Stannard has selected this week are, of course, is Ipswich Town versus Fleetwood. It goes without saying. Forest Green Rovers at home to Cambridge. Mansfield at home to Colchester. The Netherlands. They're the home team against the United States of America, and Trimley Red Devils at home to Wickham Market. Get yourself involved. I'm just going to do mine very quickly now. I'm not going to ask you for a Town Fleetwood score. I'll ask you for that in a bit, Alex. But Forest Green Cambridge, what are your thoughts on that one? What should I put down for that one?
I'd say draw with that, I think.
What, 1-1?
I think it'll be 1-1.
Love it. Mansfield is Colchester.
Not claiming to know a huge amount about League Two.
No, me neither. Me neither.
Mansfield.
I've gone for a Holland 2-0 win and a 3-1 Trimley Red Devils victory. There we go. There's my entrant. Matt's now got those, but get yourself involved in it. It's free to enter. Takes 30 seconds, as we've just highlighted, to do so. Josh says, up the market, men. Sorry, Josh. I think Truly Red Devils take it this week. But they certainly acquitted themselves really well, the Market Men, Wickham Market, that is, against Henley. I have done that match day package. It is on Henley's YouTube channel. If not right now, it will be in the near future. A great game. Do check it out. It's good homework for this weekend's Prediction League. €10 from David. Thank you very much, David. Appreciate that. I hope you're well, my friend. How is Ireland this evening, and how are you? I hope you are both wonderful. Whittaker in the transfer window, says Michael. Yes, I will make a note of that. When we come to our one area to strengthen, I will grab. I mean, we have asked that question on the platform already when the news broke. I don't think anyone in here is going to say, no, I don't fancy Whittaker. Are we?
No.
No.
We'll talk about it when we come to it, because I don't see Plymouth letting him go.
Well, he's alone, isn't he?
Yeah, but I think the only way you would make it happen is if Swansea recall him,
yeah,
and then sell him. And I think for that to happen, it wouldn't. If it is going to happen, I would say the deal has to almost be done now, if that makes sense, rather than getting into January, then approaching Swansea and approaching Plymouth in January. The only way I can see that deal happening is if it's done, and it's going to be one of those ones that comes out very early in the window, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Because I don't think it's straightforward.
No, far from straightforward, and it probably would involve a good sized fee, because Swansea aren't going to want to make it easy on Town in order to recall him and then sell him. But that doesn't disturb
I would have
Town
all day long.
Yeah, likewise. Yeah, I don't think many people necessarily wouldn't have him. He's really playing well for Plymouth. So, in fact, I don't think anyone wouldn't have him. I think unless you're watching tonight, if you're watching on live or catch up and you wouldn't have Morgan Whittaker, let me know. Let me know why. Because what have you picked up that maybe we haven't?
I'll tell you something else that sort of concerns me slightly about that deal is if it is going to happen.
Yeah,
I'm very surprised that it's somehow been leaked this early.
Well, that could be.
We're very good at keeping our dealings in-house until they're done.
We are and we aren't. I mean, George Hurst, obviously, all through the summer. And I don't think for a minute that wasn't something that Town were interested in. So it's football. It could be any number of reasons. Could be club, could be agent, could be player, could be newspaper reporter, could be a bloke sat in the office just throwing darts. Right, we've got Morgan Whittaker. Where's he going to go? Well, not quite Cambridge. We'll say Ipswich. Who knows?
I think there's a lot of things to fall into place for that one to happen.
Yeah,
it wouldn't surprise me if he wanted to come to us, but I don't think Plymouth are going to give him up about a fight. And on the basis of what Plymouth have done the last couple of seasons, I don't think we're in a mind. I don't think our fan base should be in a mindset, which I have seen on Twitter, but that we're Ipswich and we're just gonna get him because we're Ipswich, if that makes sense. I think Plymouth and Stephen Schumacher have got a lot of resolve about them, so I think it's going to be possibly a tough deal to get done.
Yeah, what I would say is if one team in League One is going to be picking him up, I think it would be us. But obviously, we've also got the rumours that Peterborough are having some type of. Well, we don't know what's on the forum, and I'm very hesitant. Not the Town forum, just on a public forum. Very hesitant to go there. So who knows? Because everyone wants Johnson and Clark Harris. Paul P. Problem with the January window with the selling teams knowing it's strengthened and probably can't afford to wait until until the end of the window. Right, goal of the month. Here we go. Let's right. Here's your first one. It is Big Freddie of the Ladapo at Exeter. I don't think you can hear that, can you? Which is fine. Don't really want you to hear it, to be fair, because that's when YouTube gets itself a little bit upset. Oh, can you see it?
Yep.
Super. Right. So that's Big Freddie's goal. What are your thoughts on that one, Alex? With that, is that out of 10? What are you rating that?
About a 7. It's a typical Big Fred goal, isn't it? About a 7.
Let me just do something there. About a 7, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. It's the assist for me more so. If I'm honest, the assist from Harness
the
is
way
just.
I look at it, Freddie's done what he's supposed to do.
Yeah.
Is it Harness that? I think.
Yeah, it's the assist from Harness there for me, really. The cushion
credit
header.
Harness more than Freddie Ladapo. Not taking it away from Freddie Ladapo, but that goal doesn't happen without Marcus Harness.
Oh no, definitely not. They got Hadme against Buxton. Gosh, that's how much of a quiet month it's been, Alex. That we've got one at Exeter, and then we've got basically, well, surely all of them against Buxton, right?
Yeah,
surely they're all going to, because they're just to flesh out the competition. So that's Hadme's. Right, lovely, and then we've got that was still Hadme's. This one,
and he tied himself up in the goal netting as well.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, that was good. Then you've got kind of Chaplin's, and I think we can all remember the goals against Buxton. So who takes your goal of the month then, Alex?
For me, Connor Chaplin
Against Buxton, yeah.
For his second goal against Buxton.
Yeah, good goal that. I mean, Callie says you guys are underrating Freddie's finish. Instinctive and had to adjust his body quick. It was a good goal, and it was in league action.
Yeah, we're
and
not,
on Sky.
We're not saying that, but that is those. We've all spoken about, and I think Crunch has spoken about it, several times. And you look at the kind of player that Freddie Ladapo is. That's a Freddie Ladapo kind of goal. If that makes sense, because he's one of those box in the box kind of striker. So yeah, it's a good goal, and I think given it's a 7 out of 10, he's perfectly respectable to say it's a good goal. But in a way, I would expect that out of Freddie because of the type of player that he is.
Well, Nick and Callie think Ladapo. You're going with Chaplin. Lots of love with your selection. Rob Holmes says Chaplin. Ant still says Chaplin all day. The Fisherman says Chaplin second goal. Josh says Chaplin. Stephen Parry says Chaplin. Matt Stannard says Chaplin. Lots of love, as you can see in the live chat, for Chaplins. I think that probably will win. You've got until tomorrow, 11 a.m. to vote. You vote via itfc.co.uk. I personally think that's probably what will win. I think you're probably going to be right there. But we wait to see, really. We wait to see. So you mentioned Morgan Whittaker there, but what area would you be strengthening in January? You obviously had me, was just featured there in the goal of the month, albeit against Buxton, I understand, but he's now returning himself back to fitness. So is a striker still your priority? Leif Davis is your only left back currently, with Greg Lee having a well, we don't know, a setback, but we don't know what that is really. Do you recall Matt Penny? Is that your first point of order, or do you think actually Matt Penny's not good enough, so I need a left back, a new left back, maybe a midfield player with only 2 recognised fit players at this moment in time? Obviously, via January the 1st, it could be a lot different. Could be none. Oh, heaven forbid. God forbid. No, God forbid. So where's your priority order number? Where's your first point of business?
I must confess, I thought about this when you sent the stuff over last night, and I think for me, with Don Ball being out for the year, I would like to see another kind of Don Ball-esque midfielder, and I wouldn't be adverse to that being a loan either. For the rest of the season, whilst we get Don Ball back to fitness, for year. I think once Don Ball's back, you've got enough there, and I think the logic for me behind that, I would have said, if Patrice Kamara was a little bit further forward, then a little bit more consistent than he is, I would probably say there were other. I would have probably said that maybe a striker or another left back would higher up the pecking order. But I think with Cameron not being quite ready, and then you're only really having Mordy and Humphreys. If something happens to one of those two, and Lee Evans isn't back, for example, or isn't back to full fitness, then we could be in real peril. So I wouldn't be averse to either bringing somebody, either buying somebody, or failing that if we can't buy somebody, like a Kyrie Backington situation from last year, where we loan him in, and then maybe towards the end of the season, we look at, is Don Ball going to be back ready for the start of next season? If not, we look at bringing that player on a perm, or if he is, then we've got perfectly adequate cover for half the season.
Josh, with a good question here. Do we need a centre midfielder though, with Aluko and Evans coming back? And he called Aluko Alex. I'm looking at him.
Yeah, but I don't think Aluko's a central midfielder.
Has played there though, isn't he? When he's needed to, he has played in that area. Away last year, particularly.
Key phrase in that for me is when he's needed to.
That's true.
With half a season still to go and points to play for, a lot of points to play for, I would rather have somebody in there where that is their bread and butter, that is what they do. I think, if we were in a situation where maybe we were in sort of late March, I know we couldn't get anyone in late March, but I'd be a lot more comfortable with Sonny playing. And I think as well, in central midfield, you're going to have tackles flying in left, right, and centre, and with Sonny coming back off the injury that he's coming back from, I wouldn't want to put that onus on having him in central midfield week in, week out.
No, and obviously Evans coming back himself from an injury. Because you could very easily, I guess, end up with a Kamara type situation where you got an injury, you bring him back, they feel it again, or something happens, and the window shuts, and then you're going into the business end of the season a bit light, which is where your loan deal comes into it, I guess. Stephen says word is Coventry is getting sold for a small fee. He played one game in the Premier League this season. Obviously, last year he played 12 times in the Championship. 88% pass completion rate a game. I wouldn't say no. I don't know much about him. I've done a lot of homework on him yet.
Not something I've heard of, to be honest.
No, me neither. I don't know where Stephen's got the information from. Womble says, should all future signings be based on can the player potentially compete in the Championship, or is the signing just to get out of the league? Thoughts on that?
It wouldn't surprise me if that is a criteria, if you look at it. If you look at your players like your Waltons and, it wouldn't surprise me whether that is more of
a... every show. I love you, Graham. I love you. Drennan type striker.
I will literally go up front in my wheelchair before we bring Aaron Drennan back.
But you're just answering a question there about playing in the Championship. I'm not quite sure Drennan can play in the Championship.
I'm not quite sure Drennan can play in League One, but hey ho.
Well, we'll find out potentially next year when Leighton Orient get promoted. But yeah, I think you're right. What you were saying.
It's fine.
No, but I think you were right. I think every signing is weighed with that. The development. This player will develop and get better and be a player that can play in the Championship. I'd be surprised if they weren't. Paul P, would we recall Elmis in January? Have a good season so far by all accounts. Not for me. I wouldn't. I'd be looking to recall Raheem the Dream before Elmis.
I disagree.
Many probably would.
In a way, if Raheem the Dream can't get into Exeter's side on a regular basis, which he can't.
I don't know about that. Carry on talking while I look it up.
And I think for me, I think I've heard. I don't know from. I don't want to claim to be an in the know kind of person, but what I have heard is that there's a certain sort of mentality issue with Team Harper. So it might be better for him to almost do a, I think a Enciala and have him out of the way for the whole season rather than bringing him back and let him play at Exeter where the expectation probably isn't there.
Like Kelly says, Harper is a baller. Harper, he's only played 5 less games than Lee Evans, which I don't know if that helps or hinders my case. But he's only played 5 less games than Lee Evans. But in all honesty, he is a player I believe from memory we paid money for. So if you do need a cover, if you do need that option, he is in League One. You have from memory, I might be right, I might be wrong, paid a little bit of a fee for him. You've got to give him up an opportunity to have 20 minutes. But then what's his position? Nobody knew where he played. That was the issue with under Paul Cook. Was he a box to box? Was he a behind the strike? And nobody knows, or nobody knew then certainly where he played. So I don't know, but I wouldn't be against what you suggested in terms of bringing somebody.
There was another option. Apparently, Wolfen can play central mid. He played it
against Buxton, yeah. But I mean, come on, it's Buxton. No disrespect to Buxton. I'm sure they're a great club, well run. But Matthew Plummer, Harper is just too inconsistent. Kelly says, sorry, Alex, that's ball. Your source has not got the full story. Alex didn't claim to have a source. It was just an opinion. I think I love Harper. I won't tolerate any Harper ball on this platform. He is my player of the year candidate for every year until he retires. Just because then once I'll be right. It's coming. A clock. Oh, hang on. It helps if I get the actual watch out. It's right at least. Broken clock is right at least twice. All right. It's coming. It's coming. Don't sleep on Rakeem. Just hope he plays for Town when he does it. That's all. Anything? I won't ask you anywhere else because we'll do this through the course of December. He's an 8, says Mike D. Same issue we had with Fraser. Needs to be in a midfield 3. I've got World Cup fever because when I saw the words F, my brain changed it to Foden. I'm not going to lie, and I had to read it again because I thought he can't have meant Foden. No, he said Fraser. It's World Cup fever, Alex. It's hitting me. It's hitting me. It's starting to take effect. Right, moving it on. We've got points in December. Jukebox 1 to 11, but we are doing also as it's December and it's traditionally movie time. We're trying to put together a little bit of a movie list. I asked Lewis and TJ on Monday. We had the Muppet Christmas Carol, I think it's called Christmas Carol. Put in The Great Escape, and I put The Greatest Showman in as 3 films that I believe you should watch at home this December. What is one film that it can be Christmas or not Christmas, happy or not sad? It can be anything you want, because not everyone is happy at Christmas. Not everyone is sad at Christmas. Whatever it might be, whichever. But what is one film that is your personal favourite that you could sit down and watch, Alex?
Die Hard.
You gone for the old school there, Die Hard.
Yep. Awesome Christmas movie.
It is a good Christmas film. I've watched it a couple of times at Christmas. My nan watches it Christmas Eve every year without fail. Don't know how she got into that traditional habit, but there we go.
There's a day evening / film.
Christmas Day evening?
Boxing Day evening.
Oh, I was going to say Boxing Day evening. You mean after you've watched Ipswich Town struggle to a 0-0 draw?
Not this year.
Not this year, no, probably not. But certainly,
played, have we? Didn't it get called? Obviously, we got called off for COVID last year, didn't we?
Was it Boxing Day which got Lambert the 5-year deal? I swear it was Christmas time. But anyway, okay. So Die Hard is entering in. We've got Stephen says it's not even Christmas, Alex. It's not even a Christmas film.
We could have that debate for hours. That's not.
There's some great shouts here. Womble says Home Alone. Mike says Last Christmas. Elf says Josh Russell. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Hey, does that have to be a Christmas film? Does not have to be a Christmas film. I'm looking forward to seeing what the contributors add into the mix. We'll get a little graphic going, but Die Hard enters it. I'll put another one in as there's nobody else here. Bad Santa.
Go on then, so will I. I'll put another one in if there's no one else here.
Go on, what?
As Mr. Parry says that Die Hard isn't a Christmas film, I will go with the Santa Claus movie with
What, Tim Allen?
Huh?
Oh, Dudley Moore.
Dudley Moore.
Not Tim Allen.
Nope.
So I'm all for that. That reminds me, the one with Tim Allen reminds me of Christmases gone by. As a kid, you turn up to your grandparents 10 in the morning. There it'd be on BBC. But I'm going to go with Bad Santa. That is Billy Bob Thornton's best role ever. He is so fucking good in that. So good. And it's a great story as well. Obviously the young kid with the grandma and redemption, some great scenes in it. Absolutely love Bad Santa. That's one of my all-time favorites. I'm going to be honest. But Santa Claus with Dudley Moore. Never seen it. We'll have to check it out. Aaron Drinnan's top 20 goals, says Mike D. Mike, it's be a very, very, very long Christmas if you suck that in Christmas Day morning, because you'd be finished by about 9:05. Let's be honest.
Tell you what, Mike, we'll watch it if you can edit it together.
Hey, yes, absolutely. But which genre would it go into? The horror or the science fiction?
It won't be Arsenal all or nothing, will it?
That is true. Right, moving it on. Points in December. I'm going to tell you what games we have. You're going to tell me how many points you think we are going to accumulate through this month. Are we going to be festive and give points away, or are we going to be Scrooge and keep them all to ourselves? We obviously have Fleetwood on Friday. Then we go and play Peterborough, and hopefully we don't do something silly. So Peterborough is the week after, and then we have Wickham, which it's not an easy fixture. It's not an easy fixture. Then we have Oxford on Boxing Day at home. Oh, fucking Boxing Day, Oxford. Timeway City. Oh, why have I got to spend my Christmas watching Oxford? Sorry. Port. I wouldn't mind it in time waste, Alex, but I can already see their centre half on the floor at Portman Road. Getting there nice and early. Portsmouth away, which many fans are going to, already sold out, I believe, and that's it. So, yeah, there are your games. Alex,
I'm trying to add it up. How many points actually?
Come on, Alex. You're supposed to be older than me. Yeah. It is. Yeah. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Yes, 15. Thank you very much. Don't make me do maths loving it. Don't embarrass me like that. What are you going for then, Alex? Come on. 10 points, says Rob Holmes.
13.
All right. 13. Where are we getting those 13? Fleetwood, is it a win? Don't tell me the score, but is it a win?
Fleetwood's a win.
Okay.
Peterborough's a draw.
So that's 4. Okay, right. Wickham's
a
away.
Win.
So that's 7. Okay. So you think it would draw at home to Peterborough, but win away at Wickham?
Yep.
Love it. 7. All right. Oxford, Timeway City on Boxing Day. Win? You think the ball will be in play long enough to get a win?
I think it'll be all right.
Amazing. 10 points. Portsmouth away.
Hang on, I was going to say it wrong. Okay, so it's 11, not 10, sorry. I'm going to say we draw away to Portsmouth.
Okay. So away. The Joe Piggott revenge game.
Joe Piggott can't play in that game, surely.
Oh, of course he's on loan, isn't he? I keep losing track. Who's on loan? Who's actually we resold? Yeah, we can't. He can't. So he can't be the Joe Piggott. Yeah, fuck it. So reverse that 0-1, 1-0, and make it into a 0-1. Perfect. So okay. Is that enough, really, looking at the month? It's not exactly... I mean, outside of Peterborough, I'm not sat here on the 30th of November. I'm not overly worried about anybody, to be fair. I mean, I'm worried that the ball might not be in play long enough against Oxford, but I think we're going to win it.
But then if you look at... So that's, 4 games?
Mm-hmm.
2 points a game you've got with you. 11. So if you split that 11 points over, and we then say 2 points a game, then it's enough. I think Portsmouth were a really tough game at their place. And I think Peterborough depends a lot on if you keep Jonathan Clark-Harris quiet.
Yeah. Well, he might be auditioning.
So that was the striker that I thought about.
Who do you think about?
Jonathan Clark-Harris.
Well, then he might be auditioning, you see. He might be on Portman Road saying, hey, go, Colin. Look at this. I know you want some of this.
But then I suppose with him, diverting off another tangent, the argument is he good enough to step up to the Championship? I don't think so.
Well, he obviously played there previously as late as last season, didn't he? With
yeah, but if you look at his numbers in the Championship, I don't think they're at the same level they are at League One.
Well, no, but then I'll play devil's advocate. I don't think anyone had Marcus Stewart scoring as many goals as he did in the Premier League when we bought him from Huddersfield. I don't think anyone would have sat on a platform if we had one back then and said, you know what? This is a great signing because also next year in the Premier League he will score as many goals as he did. So, you never know. But Rob Holmes says Jonathan Clark-Harris will be getting himself used to playing in front of 28,000 fans. Posher Pour Away says Paul. John B says draw, win, draw, win. 10 points says Rob is still 2 points per game. It certainly is. Matt Stunner says win, draw, win, draw. I like some of these. Win, draw. I mean, just don't get beat, I guess. Because you're still picking up points, as it were. Let us know what you think we'll get in the month of December. 15 to play for. I always drink Town Kool-Aid, so I'm gonna go 15 and wait to be proved wrong. Probably on the fucking 3rd of December. But 15. I'm gonna go for 15 points in December. Yeah, fight me. Why not, Alex? You got to believe. This is when promotion is really kicked into gear. The Christmas period, teams come through it, a lot of games, really well. Let's believe as we sit here on the 30th of November. Why not? Right. Fleetwood is up next. We have got Fleetwood. I have got a league table for you. Let me show you that before we get into our 1 to 11. This is your league table. Bish bash bosh. Obviously, we sit in second, 2 points outside of first place Plymouth. 1 point ahead of Wednesday, 10 ahead of Peterborough, 10 ahead of Bolton. But we touch wood. Don't have to worry about anything lower than the third. Oh yeah. So that is your top 3, and then we go right down to the bottom. Well, not quite right down to the bottom. Fleetwood 17th, played 19, 22 points. They have won 1 of the last 5, drawn 3 of the last 5, and lost 1 of the last 5. There we go. So that's your league table. What are your thoughts primarily as we enter it, Alex? You're confident? You're worried? Obviously, someone in the chat earlier said that Fleetwood's got a fairly decent away record, apparently. What are your thoughts?
I think we should win it. I don't think there's any question about that. As with anything, I think we need an early goal. I think it's going to be one of those things. The longer it goes, they strike. Fleetwood have been in this league quite a long time now, and they know how to. They can be very similar to Aqua and Stanley. They're not going to go up. They're probably not going to go down, but they can mesh your season up.
Yeah, but
so I think we need to get an early goal and just sort of, because I think we bring them out on. Then that means they've got to come out onto us. And I don't think it can be understated as well, the fact that we need to win it to then we've done our bit, we then put the pressure on Wickham, Wednesday and Plymouth. Yeah,
absolutely. We play, do we play, I think they also play Friday as well. I think, hang on, 2 seconds.
It was the whole league playing Friday because of...
Yeah, so Friday night's games are Bolton, Bristol Rovers, Charlton, Cheltenham, Morecambe, Exeter, Peterborough, Barnsley, and Plymouth versus Port Vale. So Wednesday do play at 12:30 on the Saturday. I don't know why we didn't go for the 12:30 on a Saturday, like 3 other teams have done. Like that would have been a much better time to kick off than a Friday night game, in my opinion.
But I like Friday night. I like Friday night under the lights.
Not in December, I don't. I'm not going to be there.
You're not going?
Nah. It's too much of a time fuck with, the missus finishing work, getting home, sorting obviously my boy out in terms of dinner, handing over, etc., etc. It's just too tight. There's no one accident on that A14 like we had a couple of weeks ago, and it just all goes to pot. So yeah, I'm probably not going to be there. Probably is a word before the I'm not going to be, but we'll see. We'll see. Phil says, if you got the game on Friday night, there you go. So, see, Phil, we are a public service announcement. We're not. We're an entertainment vehicle, just in case anyone's wondering. But we nothing you hear tonight can be ever taken as factually fucking correct. Let's be honest.
I was going to say, thinking about what if England get through on Sunday? What an awesome football day the following Saturday could be. Because we'll be at home 12:30 for the Peter game. Then straight down the Buddha for the England game in the evening.
Mate, is it really a Saturday, that game? I thought we moved to the Friday night.
Looking at the route that I looked at last night. Now I could be wrong.
No. The Peterborough game, I've got that done in my diary as a Friday night. I'm glad you've told me. I'm about to just
half 12 on the Saturday, which would make sense because if we're playing Sunday, that would be an awesome day. Literally, go watch us. Hopefully beat Peterborough, even if there's
yeah. Yeah, I like that. Matt says, make sure you add some TT merch to your Christmas list. Added a hoodie and PJs to mine. Yes, Matty of the Stannard. Look at Alex Wilson there. Perfect model. Look at that. Beautiful, son. Beautiful. Josh Russell will be cheering extra loud for his boy Ben Moore, as we all will. Josh, as we all will. Rob says, England versus France will be Friday if we get through. No, I've seen Saturday. I have seen Saturday. But I don't know we've got to get through ITV's curse first of all, boys and girls. Like let's get through Lee Dixon and Sam Matterface before we worry about who we're playing in the next round. And who does the is it Roy Keane on it though? Oh, that'd be good. Can we get Roy Keane and Graham Souness in the studio? Because we've not seen those. I've not seen them certainly since the first time they were together. And they nearly had to have they nearly had to be pulled apart at 11 a.m. on a Tuesday or Thursday or Friday morning. Like
I just never forget Roy Keane and Micah Richards, where Micah Richards said he burst onto the scene and Roy Keane had that to say about that.
Yeah, they do make me laugh, those three, particularly when you Keane, Micah Richards, and then when you throw in Gary Neville in as well. I think that the dynamic is really quite good. Roy Keane the manager, no time for. Roy Keane the pundit, got a lot of time for Roy Keane the pundit, a lot of time. And they do say time heals all wounds. I can confirm it does, because look at my Facebook memories. Me and Roy Keane do not get on notoriously. So time.
Look at my Facebook memories. I thought Chopper was going to be an Ipswich Town legend. So let's.
Well, yeah, certainly. Right. So you're confident of a win Friday. Early goal is what we need. I'm confident. Yeah. So let's do your team. So Walton in goal.
Yep.
Back four. I'm gonna tell you what I think you're going to say. You can tell me if I'm right. Donastian, Wolfenden, Burgess, and Davis.
You're right.
Boom. I mean, it's not really much of an option there. Ahead of them, Morsey and Humphreys.
Yep.
If only the fucking lottery was this easy. Right, ahead of them, Chaplin.
Yeah. Again, I think there's nowhere else that can really play there. So.
Well, no, this is it. That's why I went there first. And then and then I don't know the rest. So you tell me, who's playing either side of Chaplin for you? Edwards on the left in place of Harness. Oh, and then Wes Burns obviously in his right-sided position. Yeah. Do you, as a side, do you really think we're going to miss Harness? Do you think it's going to be a really big blow to the season, basically?
Yes, I do. Because yes, he blows hot and cold, but as well, he provides an option. If it's not working
Yeah.
with Chaplin, then you can bring Harness on.
Yeah. Yeah, this is it. Obviously, you've got Caden Jackson who can play on the wing as well. Not necessarily the left side, but in the same way we started the show about Humphreys, this could really be the making of Carl Edwards, couldn't it? Could it not, Alex? You know, a big position now available, a player that's not available for a long time. This is a great opportunity for Edwards to do a Humphreys and just take it and run with it.
Done really well. I think he has done really well. You know, because he started off playing against the lower league type. I think we're starting to see evidence of the player that we thought we'd got. And I know when we were talking at the start of the season about do we loan Edwards out?
I was certainly, yes. Mike D will be along in a minute to remind the world.
And I know that I sort of said no, we don't. We potentially keep him, give him a year under McKenna, and I think you're starting to see the fruits of that.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, I can't argue. I said load him out.
He got an assist against. I know it's only Buxton, but it's almost like his decision making is starting to improve a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's a really good comment. I think his decision making is starting to. He's starting to put it all together. As it were.
So rather than get to the byline and then just whack it, he seems a lot more measured.
Yeah, a lot more composed.
Yeah,
like it's all slowing down for him. It's all, the game is coming to him as opposed to him sort of tearing after it and trying to get involved with it. I see where you're going. Yeah.
And you can potentially argue as well that that's probably because he's now probably embedded as part of a first team squad. Whether he plays week in week out, hasn't happened. But he is an integral part of our first team squad.
Yeah. Sorry, that was the guillotine for those that perhaps don't know. Because I'm guillotine Gov, loaning everybody out. One day I'll have a soundboard, where I'll just press a button and you'll hear a guillotine. You'll, the old ah. But until such times, I shall make it myself. So yes, no, you're right. Absolutely spot on. I've really enjoyed tonight. Thoroughly enjoyed it. We've got the jukebox still to do before we leave and score predictions. But yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed it all at home. If you have, share it to all your friends, family, loved ones, neighbours, even people you don't like. Really, you just want to, improve their intelligence level. Get them. Well, don't send them this, but still send them the show and say you should watch it anyway. Because we get some bad pressure at Talking Tab. I think this is the greatest show we've done since Monday. We covered that one, didn't I? Fucking hell. And then he just completely let everybody else down there. But yeah, tell the world how great Talking Town has been on this Wednesday evening. A song entrance to the jukebox. Before we do, I have got. Now I'm old, right? Not as old as you, Alex. As you told me before we went live. That's not me having to dig at Alex, by the way. That's what he actually told me. You're not as old as me, but I don't do technology that well or grammar, by the sounds of it. But yeah. This is my Spotify Wrapped. Everyone else is getting lovely graphics and stuff apparently emailed to them. Well, my email was wrong.
I'm not even at all, so you're ahead of me.
Well, I'm ahead, but I'm behind still. So there is my top 14 tracks of 2022, Alex. Look, little story, right? Immortals is number one. I only heard that watching a film last Christmas, so I must have played the fuck out of that song. Really played the heck out of it. I can't remember what film it was. I have to look it up in a minute. Second is any songs there that surprise you that make my top 14 for 2022?
Yep.
Go on.
Number 6, Keep On Moving by 5.
Come on, Alex. That is an absolute tune. What are you talking about? You're not a fan?
I can see you playing that when we get promoted in May. I'll come out the disabled section in North Stand and see you raving up to Keep On Moving over by the stairwell.
I'd love to go and see Five, one of these like 90s, 2000s reunion tours at Butlins. Love to do that. Really would. So out of all those songs, I didn't think that's the one you'd be putting out. But I'm a varied listener here, Alex. I'm a varied listener, sir. We've gone from Immortals, which was, by the way, in the film Big Hero 6. You ever seen it?
I haven't.
No, it was on last. It was one of those films that was on last Christmas when my son was like 18 months, and I told the world we were watching it because he'll like it. Really, I just
Wanted it.
Yeah, watched the first 20 minutes and was like, quite good this. Oh, but my son really likes it. That's why it's on. And then that song was the end credit song, I think. And does Gap? Yes, I do, Mike D. Come on. Yes, I will be watching, Kev. Of course. I usually hear the WhatsApp voice memos of my reaction to that piece of information. They are highly classified because they are just screams of joy. Like, oh my god! It was a great video. What can I say?
Yeah, but I still remember when I was of age, and I remember Harold Bishop coming back.
Yes, with his old trombone.
As Ted.
Yes. Harold. Who's Harold? I had a knock on the head. I've forgotten who I am. Yeah, great time. See? Great storylines. Paul will be there. Carl Kennedy's going to be there. Susan. Toadfish. Who else remains to be seen? But those people
if we're talking about retro TV, I don't know how many people on this platform will have seen this or were into this, but can we just say huge condolences to the family of David Jason Frank, who played Tommy Oliver in Power Rangers.
Of course, yes, the Mighty Morphin, the original Green Ranger.
Yeah.
Yes, huge loss. That was one of my big shows growing up.
So yeah, so like massive thoughts with him. He brought a lot of people a lot of joy in his various roles,
me included.
And it's another case of someone taken too soon. So what I would say to anyone out there who sees this in the TT community or any community, if you are struggling, reach out.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, problem shared is people caring, and we can't solve it necessarily for you, but we can certainly listen. And yeah, good words there, Alex. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Now that is on my Netflix list. That is a guilty pleasure. I still watch that, And if you've never stood in front of the mirror and gone,
I've watched quite a bit in the last week.
I was always Red Ranger. Jason was always my guy. Red Ranger, the leader, undisputed king of the group. That he was always my favorite. My cousin was always the Blue Ranger. He always liked the Blue Ranger. Who was yours? Was it the Green Ranger?
I was Red to start with, but then once Tommy Oliver came in as the Green Ranger, I was very much in that camp. I remember. I don't know whether you guys remember this, but being an action figure nut, I certainly do. Do you remember the old flip head Rangers?
Yeah, I had one.
Yeah, literally my grandparents had bought me my first ever one, and I made them hunt in Toys R Us and ask somebody, because there were loads of black, there were loads of red, and there were loads of yellow on the shelf, but I wanted a green one.
Toys R Us.
And,
yeah, I used to love the old to call the Dragon Sword. That was great.
Honestly, I remember they brought out the toy version. We're going totally off down the rabbit hole here, but
Talking Town is an entertainment vehicle, Alex Wilson. This is what we do. We do it well.
But, I remember when they brought out the first version of the Dragon Dagger as a toy, being obsessed with it and being really disappointed when I said to my mum, who was going into town, will you have a look and see if I can have it? And she said the classic line that all parents say when they want to say no but don't mean no. I'll think about it.
I use it often myself.
And I am currently working out whether I can justify spending an exorbitant amount of money on the Legacy Collection rehash of the Dragon Dagger, but it's an adult novelty rather than a child's toy. And I was just picking my words very carefully.
Yeah. All right. Talking. Fair enough. Right. Mr. Wilson, your song selection quickly, please, because we're running out of time.
Go Your Own Way by Fleetwood Mac.
And of course, condolences and thoughts with the family this evening of the name escapes me. I'm so sorry.
David, Jason, Frank.
Thank you very much. There. So your song is Go Your Own. Sorry.
Jason, David, Frank. Yeah, JDF. Yes. I had a horrible thing. I think I got the wrong way around, but I don't think I have.
No. I actually meant Christine McVie. Fleetwood Mac's Christine McVie. So yeah, our thoughts and condolences to the family of Christine McVie. 79. Fleetwood Mac. What's your favourite Fleetwood Mac song?
Probably is that one.
Is it?
Go Your Own Way, yeah.
Fair enough. All right. But yeah, a huge condolences to the family, and yeah, really sad news to hear that as we were just about to go live. Really, I read that and I was like, oh, it's incredible sad news. Right, score predictions for the weekend then, please. What are we going for?
I'm gonna break out a Coxie here and go 2-1.
2-1. Okay, fair enough. We have got 2-0 from Kev Sherwood. We have got only one prediction so far. Get your predictions in while I do the random wheel of names. We have got 41 entrants. They are numbered 1 to 41. I don't know which name is to the number, but this is to get the tickets, the Talking Town tickets for Fleetwood and Peterborough. This one person will win or will be the recipient of the 2 tickets. So, Alex, I'll let you be. Who did the National Lottery?
Mystic Meg.
Mystic Meg, yes. Dow Winton, Mystic Meg, Philip Schofield, whoever. When you say ready, I'll press the button. Say, but don't just say ready. Put a little message with it. Like Mystic Meg or Dal or Phil used to do.
God, don't be putting that pressure on me, do you?
Come on, here we go. Over to you.
Good luck, whoever wins this. I hope that it starts a great big love affair with this club like we all have. Away you go, Gov.
That was really good. That was almost like, yeah, I like it. That was, yeah. If you win 5 million quid, give me $1 million. The person who has won the giveaway is number 37. I will tell Richard Moss 37 has won, and he will be in contact with you, whoever you may well be. Congratulations. We've got 2-0, 3-0, 3-0 from Xander, 3-0 from Andy White, 1-0 from Womble, 2-0 from Jace, 2-0 from Anthony Still. Matt says he liked that as well. That was quite good. That really was quite good. Right, we're back Friday. Match day ticket live. Fleetwood. But until then, thank you for watching. Don't forget to share to all your friends and family. Talking Town, the multi-entertainment vehicle on your internet screens. He is Lionel Von Rock. Alex Wilson. I am the Gov. See you Friday. You make me smile when I think of you. If I am down or when I am blue, I can't get enough. Oh, yes, lover. You make me happy, I feel so fine. Oh, how I wish that you were mine. I can't get enough. Oh, yes, lover. Oh, yes, lover. I woke up all soaked in sweat, with chills running down my neck. I felt went crazy from just the thought of you.